the midnight hour picks and reviews. And I wanted to go over my parlay of the day, which included five of my favorite money line and point spreads of the day. First one I'm going to have on that leg is the Philadelphia Phillies. And this is going to be the National Baseball League, also including the New York Yankees. And the reason why are the pitchers. Also, not to mention, the Baltimore Orioles bullpen has very much sucked over the last few games that I've watched. Also, with the Philadelphia Phillies and the Washington Nationals, uh, even though they're kind of easily matched, in that I believe they both only won two of their last three games, and whereas Washington has only um, won won one of the three of their last games. So they're about evenly matched. Both have won three of their last five games. So I think the only thing that separates them is Zach Wheeler at pitcher, same as the New York Yankees. I think we're having Aaron Judge and also having Carlos Rodon as the pitcher today. I think they just knock it on home. I think it's going to be a long game though. Now let's tackle our NBA money line plays, which is what a lot of us are interested in. And I'm taking the Knicks and the Pacers tonight with the point spread of the Orlando Magics. Now, with this, the reason why I call this my bankroll builder because this would be a slam dunk for all of these teams. The Indiana Pacers, then the New York Knicks will be looking to close it out tonight, also along with the Boston Celtics. Now, with the Boston Celtics, they have a hard time covering the spread. If you ever watch their games, every time they have a spread, they're more than likely not going to cover it. I don't know why, but every time they have a large spread, it's just not going to happen. And I've watched some of their games, unless it's just a straight up blowout. So, I mean, being how some of these games have been, and this is the fourth game. If you go and look at the one that we just had, um, with the Miami Heat and the Cleveland Cavaliers. It was a blowout game. It was ugly. Definitely something that you don't want to take again. Now with the New York Knicks, um, Jalen Brunson is the best person on that basketball court. Okay, just point blank period. Um, Kay Cunningham is great, but they need some time. They need some time. Um, and the Indiana Pacers, I just think they're just better than the Milwaukee Bucks. At least they are without Dame Lillard. It's sad that he, messed up his Achilles, after having that blood clot issue, but Dame needs to sit down somewhere before they kill that man. I mean, seriously, like sit down, bro. So, real quick, let's go over some player props that I want to go with y'all. And we can take that on prize picks. Booyah! Okay, I hope you guys got your free lineups in from the draft. I definitely got my free lineups in. Shout out to Prize Picks. I hit two of the three of the draft picks, and they gave me two $15 free lineups. So shout out to that. Um, one of them chalk like hell, so that's the L on me. But let's look at these player props today. So for the Boston and the Orlando game, let's look at Paolo Banchero. Okay, when it comes to Paolo Banchero. Now, what I'm looking at is Paolo Banchero's 29.5 points. Now, when we look at this, and I play him a lot, I do, but he's a very up and down player, especially when his line is high. And as you can see, as far as the last five that Prize Picks gives you, um, he's not consistent. Now, keep in mind with Prize Picks that a lot of times you'll see these top five, as you can see, and a lot of times these top five won't be consistent. Okay, now for the playoffs it is, but during the regular season I really wouldn't count on it. Now, he's also went over in his last five games for 1.53s. Well, last four games, 1.53. So I would, for this past series, this would be a good look for me. Okay, because this is a do or die situation. I definitely would go for the 1.53s in this case. But if you didn't want to take that, then I would definitely go for the under the 29.5 points for Paulo Banchero, his regular line. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next one. The other player prop that I'm liking now, they do have Cade Cunningham, which I mean I do like it, but you know I wouldn't. I personally would not take this at all. Okay, let's move on. Um, hmm. Now, which other one I like? The other one I like is Jalen Brunson. So let's look at Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson is at 30 points. Now, the other day I took him at um 29.5 points, and he ended up going over the line. He ended up hitting 31 points. So I think that Jalen Brunson is going to be shooting his behind off this game. Even with them double teaming him, I still think he'll be able to get 24 points and then get the fouls to go with it to be able to put up another 6 points. I don't expect him to be getting a lot of assists today, so his assist prop you could probably go under. But for now, I really like Jalen's 30 points and over for this game. As you can see, he's cleared it during the series, and I think he's going to clear it tonight. Now, again, with the assists, I don't think these assists are going to be this high this game. If you want to risk it, risk it. It's cool, risk it. But I don't think. I mean, all of his stats look good right now. But with him going to be the main shooter today, besides Karl Anthony Towns, I'm real hesitant about pulling the trigger on his 5.5 assists. Okay, now let's look at Giannis, um, who is one of my last player props of the day. Now with Giannis, you know, I love Giannis. He's definitely one of my favorite players. If you wanted to take Giannis at the 32.5 um points over, as you can see, he does clear that some of the times. He's kind of struggled against the Indiana Pacers. He struggles against teams who are fast paced, especially when he doesn't have Dame Lillard. It's hard for the Bucks to win, but they're still capable of it. However, I don't think they have the firepower to beat um, the Indiana Pacers. I just really don't. So for me, I would choose Giannis points at 29.5 or at Prize Picks. It doesn't matter. It doesn't make sense to take it at 30.5 because it's not going to lessen your payout. So you might as well take the 29.5 and over, okay? Because what you don't want to do, you don't want to take him at the 32.5 and then, mess around and he goes under by point 0.5, okay? Because he's usually at about 31, 32 points. Okay. Okay, another person that I like is let's see. Kuzma. I'm not even gonna waste my time on him. I will take his unders. Everybody's playing Miles Turner. I definitely think he's gonna be that guy tonight. I personally would take his 22.5 over on his PRA. As you can see, he's a little up and down with this, but tonight I think he's going to shine with a need to, kind of put a body on Giannis. It's going to be a little tough for him, but I think he can handle it. Now, if you don't want to take the 22.5, by all means, drop it all the way down and water it to 19.5. That's my risky bet of the day. So that one I'm just throwing out. That one I wouldn't recommend taking. So now let's check out the last prop, which I like at the Clippers game. Let's look at Jokic. Okay. So, best one for Jokic, if you're not playing on like FanDuel or anything like that, and you're playing on one of these, um, I like all of these to be honest with you. Nikolai Jokic and James Harden. That's easy. That's an easy cash right. This is an easy cash right here. Both of them are at least going to get 25 points. James Harden kind of has to in order for them to even compete with this game. Jokic is going to get his 25. That's the pick of the day right there. That's going to hit. And you turn around, he could even hit it with Kawhi. He could hit the 54 with Kawhi. Kawhi could definitely do it. And then uh, going here, going up, 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 up. Now 52.5. Actually, I will look at this at. Oh, did they just take it off? I think they just took it off. Yeah, they just. Oh, there it is. Okay, I would look at it at. Let's see. What do they got? Yeah, I like the 49.5. I like the 49.5. And if it doesn't hurt my payout, which I don't think it does, I would definitely take it at the. Hold on. Yep, it doesn't hurt the payout. So, with that being said, I would take it at 44.5. And take it for the over, and that does still put you at um the correct payout. So, well, no, let me see. Hold on. That payout is 5 times. This one is how much is this payout? 6.5 times. So it does change. So with uh the 49.5, it takes you up another 1.5 times. If you take the 44.5, it drops you down to 5x times. If you were to take this into a parlay. I know some of you all like taking Hallie. You can go for Halliburton if you want to. I'm never a Halliburton type of person, but a lot of people are going for his 15.5 rebounds assists. I personally recommend taking his at 14.5. I think this is a slam dunk, although I still say fuck Tyrese Halliburton. He's the most wishy-washy and overrated player in all of sports. All right, peace out. Love y'all. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Again, this is for the playoffs mix parlay for the NBA and for the MLB, April 29th. Peace.